What's happening, PricePlow Nation? This is Mike here. And so you're about to watch Heather and I recording a video talking about the Neuro Restore's ingredients from Myprotein US. Unfortunately, at that time, we didn't yet have a bottle in hand, so it was more of an ingredient explanation. However, as you can see now, I do have it, I've opened it, I've used it, and I'd like to tack on this little review before we get into the ingredients. Long story short, those of you who follow us know that I don't typically take sleep aids the last few years because we have a very young child in the house and we're still waking up once a night or so in order to calm her down, make the save or whatever. So I hadn't been taking sleep aids and we still are waking up once a night most of the nights. So I didn't care. I took it anyway because I got it in and I did buy it myself, just so you know, and I just jumped into the 3 capsule dose, and I must say that this product is everything I thought it was going to be and probably more. With 3 capsules, first off, you gotta take it early enough. I am done for the night. And I don't care if it's the kid crying or the cat's fighting on top of me or whatever happens, and I get woken up a lot. I am down for the count and I don't wake up a single time. And that's why my wife is like, dude, that's not fair. And that's why I haven't been taking sleep aids, because we still do need to wake up sometimes in the middle of the night. With this stuff, I'm like gone. And well, my one comment is, I took it too late one night. I took a full dose, 3 capsules at 11 p.m. and I was groggy in the morning. Last night, I was a little bit later, I took 2 capsules, absolutely perfect again. So 3 capsules, you're getting to bed on time. 2 capsules if you're going to be a little bit later, or maybe you just wanna skip it, 1 capsule. But overall, this is like the formula I had been like waiting for. It's got all my favorite ingredients. I love the combination of valerian and hops, at least based on the research. But note that I am not a sleep aid connoisseur, so I'd like to hear opinions from other people, but I am pro melatonin, and the valerian hops combination, man, it just works like crazy for me. So very, very excited. And now we can go on to the explanation of the ingredients and check out the description for all the articles that we cited on this. But yeah, the Neuro Restore, definitely, for me, PricePlow approved.
Welcome to PricePlow.
What's happening, PricePlow Nation? This is Mike and Heather here. Today we're going to talk about a Myprotein product, a whole new range of products from Myprotein actually, but the Neuro Restore is the one specifically for restoring the neuro. It's the sleep aid that they have from the new Neuro range. And there's a couple ingredients in here that I've been like wondering why they're not in more sleep aids, because there's so much synergy between them. And back when I was a little bit more of a hardcore sleep aid user, I'm a little bit less, kind of getting back into it a little bit now. Back before, when I used to use sleep aids a little bit more, there's a synergy between a couple ingredients and they're just not in enough. And now that I'm getting a little bit back into it, I'm excited to get back on that train. I'm gonna jump right into it. I'm talking about hops and valerian, and that's 2 of the stars of the show in this sleep aid, but there's also some relaxation stuff inside as well. So we're kind of just going to go through the label here. This is not a review. This is more of an ingredient explainer. And first and foremost, this is for Myprotein's US side. And so us.myprotein.com, we do have an affiliate business relationship with the Plow 40 coupon code. So if you see those prices on the website, don't believe those. 40% off. And then sometimes even more, like on the big Memorial Day sales and everything. So anyway, those prices start looking very attractive, but right off the bat, it's US based, and what we have is 5 milligrams of melatonin. Right off the bat, banned in a lot of other countries, but this is Myprotein's US side. They are, they're a European-based company, but they're storming the shores, as we always say, and that allows them to bring the melatonin into the sleep aid.
Yeah, and I would say, I mean, melatonin, when you think of sleep aids, you think of melatonin almost automatically, at least here in the US.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, it's like when you think of pre-workouts, you think of caffeine. So melatonin is obviously like the main hormone your body naturally produces, but for some people, it can get screwed up. Let's say you're staring at your phone at night, you're up late at night, eating or whatever, like certain things, bright lights can actually stop melatonin production. So then your body isn't ready to go to sleep. You're kind of like wired. I think we all have that feeling of like being wired and it's midnight or something like that. So the melatonin, taking that exogenously and just having a little bit more actually just helps, kind of tone down and calm down. So like,
it initiates the process. It's a hormone, really. It's telling your body, yo, it's time. And
in my opinion, it's nice to like regulate your melatonin production. Obviously your body does it naturally, but if you, let's say you're studying late for a test or something like that, and for a week straight you're up really late at night and you want to kind of get back into the rhythm, of sleep, just normal sleep patterns, it might be good to take melatonin for a little bit just to get back into the habit of.
Yeah, one of the cooler studies, there's so many studies on it. And typically, the standard dose is usually 3 milligrams. I've seen it go 20, I've seen 300 milligrams. Like, there's huge doses.
300 milligrams.
Yeah, there's some big studies in there. And it's safe in a ton of these ranges. 5 milligrams is slightly more than the average, but to me, it's not that great of a dose or anything. But this is going to be, it is a semi, like, I wouldn't say controversial ingredient, but it's semi-polarizing. Some people like it, some people don't. But the research, there's some fascinating research, and like preventing jet lag is one of the main ways it's used. So really cool stuff to kind of initiate the process. So let's get melatonin right out of the way right off the bat. It is in this product. It's a U.S.-based product. So before getting into the sleep stuff, there's a couple of relaxation ingredients. There's actually 3. I don't know if they're totally a ton of proof on sleep. But the relaxation, the first is a 200 milligram dose of L-theanine, which we always see paired alongside caffeine and pre-workouts. But it's like the more chill side where it synergizes with caffeine, but we don't have caffeine. For me, it just, honestly, it makes me like calm surfer bro vibe almost, like melt in the couch a little bit at 200 milligrams. So it's calming. I don't think there's any sleep research, but to me, it is definitely like it starts the downer. What you're going to notice, there's a lot of ingredients, and we have a full research, all the studies cited and everything on our blog post, which I'll link to in the YouTube description. A lot of the stuff starts to hit the GABA system, and it's like the downer neurotransmitter.
Yeah, a lot of the ingredients do that. So, and my favorite ingredient, so they have 2 complexes here. They have the relaxation and stress support complex, and then they have the rest sleep complex. You'll see as part of the relaxation and stress is the things like L-theanine, the lemon balm, and then also my favorite is ashwagandha.
Yes.
And they're using the KSM 66, which is the trademark ingredient, so you're getting a high quality tested form. And ashwagandha is just great for adaptogenic properties. A lot of research has shown that it helps you adapt to both physical and mental stressors, and even lower cortisol levels. And cortisol is that hormone that actually spikes in the morning, so it helps you wake up, but when you're going to sleep, that's the last thing that you want raised.
Chronically elevated, exactly. Yeah. And so I recently just restarted taking cortisol because we were getting all amped up over this quarantine thing and everything, and I was like, man, I need some KSM. So I started taking KSM, and it works. It really does work. And there's 300 milligrams of that. A lot of people take 600 per day, but I think 300 before bed is good because you got 300 milligrams to play with. And if you want the full clinical dose, you can even go higher, really. But yeah, it's possible that maybe another Myprotein supplement might have the other 300 milligrams for you. So there's going to be other windows open for that. But yeah, a nice little dose just to get you calmed down. Honestly, lemon balm, which is also known as Melissa officinalis, I almost consider a sleep supplement too. They have it in the relaxation blend, but I've taken a couple lemon balm supplements that kind of put me down. So
interesting.
So yeah, that's definitely there. What I'm most excited about, what you'll see is that you have like single ingredient compounds like L-theanine, just like straight up L-theanine, but then you have herbs, ashwagandha, lemon balm. You have a single ingredient compound in melatonin, but then you have the herbs, the valerian and the hops. So you have the combination of like the new age science and the old school like Ayurvedic kind of traditional medicine. I love the combination of like the new school and the old school. And for me, it's the valerian and hops. And I'm talking about the hops, the same exact plant that makes beer and everything. If you extract that, you get a lot of really, really good sleep inducive like properties. But all the research is typically, in the successful research, is paired with valerian, which is also in like all these calming teas and everything. And there's a ton of synergy between these two. And we have both these ingredients here. Too many, in my opinion, too many supplements use valerian and forget the hops. So I'm pro hops. I've drank a few beers in my life, we'll be honest. So I don't know, it's something, it definitely seems to work really well for me. So I'm excited to actually like sit down and review this as well. But on our blog post, we have like several studies where we show the synergy there.
Yeah, when I was writing, so I write the blog post. So when I was writing the blog post and I was going through all the research, I noticed that valerian, it was like all the studies were paired with hops, or like all the hop studies were paired. So like they each have their own effects, but when combined together, we call it synergy. So then they work better together than alone. And that's what he's talking about here. So I mean, they both seem to affect GABA, which GABA helps kind of like tone down your neural waves and kind of like get your mind to go into sleep.
Yeah.
And that's what they kind of, for some reason, they work better together than alone. And I think there could be more research on it, but it clearly shows that as far as effects, it's definitely a powerful combination. Yeah. And then they also include some peppermint extract, which kind of, I would almost put that in the relaxation part of it more.
Yeah, this one is the more, let's just say, experimental on the sleep side.
Yeah.
Like, it's not sorry.
Yeah, there's not like what I noticed in the research, there wasn't a ton on sleep, but it did have a nice calming effect. So, I mean, they could even swap the lemon balm for the peppermint and just swap those. But either way, I think it's all, as a total, the formula is going to help you like relax at the end of the day and then just kind of help you go off to sleep, which is what they're looking for. You need to get a restful night's sleep if you want to perform the next day and have like a fresh mind. I think we all know how we feel when we're sleep deprived. So.
Oh yeah. And so the one thing with the peppermint extract, a lot of that was aromatherapy based. So it was based on smelling, so we don't have that. This is actually ingested. So hopefully more research comes out eventually, but even with or without that, it doesn't matter. We got hops, we got valerian, we got melatonin, we have a ton of research behind this. And even ashwagandha, which is typically used for the anti-cortisol effects, I think there was one recent study on sleep itself. Forget the dose, but if it was 300 or 600, but either way, ashwagandha has so much research for so many different things. It's like when you're chronically high in cortisol, everything goes wrong. Like literally everything. So you can almost find ashwagandha, if it's going to lower cortisol and you're like chronically high, you're going to find benefits like on so many things. And that's kind of what they've done with the KSM 66. So huge fan of this formula. And so that's the ingredient explanation. You can check it out at PricePlow.com/myprotein. Take a look at Heather's blog post. And of course, check out that PLOW40 coupon code. Overall though, so Myprotein has, and we're going to review the coffee boost next. They have as an Ohio State guy, you know I like this. The coffee boost. They have the neuro range, and part of that is the neuro restore. The neuro engage is their daytime nootropic and everything. So they have I'm forgetting the main word for it.
So the Pro range is really like, it's really impressive, honestly. So the Pro range is more for like people who are looking to get those top tier supplements. I mean, Myprotein is known for having very affordable supplements, and they do sponsor a lot of actually big names in the industry as far as athletes and whatnot. So they decided to create a whole nother line to kind of cater to more of that. Those people who are looking, they're okay with paying a little bit more money, but still getting phenomenal products. So I've been really impressed just looking at, we did the EAs, and then they have the whey. So like, there's just like, they're going with it, but I mean, they're doing a phenomenal job as far as just kind of the range in general.
Yeah, but overall, right when I looked at this formula, I was like, boom, got everything that I kind of looked for in a sleep aid at this point in my life at least. And being that I don't drink as much beer as I once did, which, it was a good amount. No, but I do appreciate what hops can do for sleep quality that beer can't, because alcohol messes up sleep, without a doubt. But some people think it helps them fall asleep a little bit better. Well, maybe it's the hops itself get the alcohol out of the equation. So love the combination, love the synergies. Check out the blog post, and you know what? We're talking about downer stuff right now. I think it's time to get a little bit upper. Coffee boost, 150 milligrams of caffeine, 75 milligrams of diamine per scoop. Coming up next. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Welcome to PricePlow.